In probably all of your workouts, in pretty much everybody's workout plan, I've incorporated this exercise, which is probably something you've never done before, which is why you should watch this video to make sure you're doing it right. This is going to be for side bend, lateral flexion of our spine. Set up on this, we want one cable all the way down and one cable all the way up with the handles attached onto them. Then you select the resistance that we've come across as being the resistance that I've chosen as being right for you right now. Then you grab this handle and you grab this handle, and now the arms are down by our sides and they remain down by our sides. What I often see is that somebody will have this shoulder up and this shoulder down. So work hard and do your best to, when you get into the machine, before you actually start moving, the setup of you is to get everything kind of locked in and nice and square. Got my shoulder blades leaning up against this back screen a little bit. Now I initiate the movement by squeezing the muscles of my side, my obliques and a bunch of other guys down there, or girls, whatever they decided they want to be. And then I'm trying, my initiation is through those, and my intention is to shorten the space between my armpit and my pelvis, the top of my hip bone here. And what often seems to help with that is as you bend down, in this case to my right, I want to almost take some pressure off of my right foot. You'll notice, maybe you can see it, that my toe stays on the ground for balance, but my heel comes up, not because I'm pressing with my calf to lift up, but because I'm actually trying to lift my pelvis up towards my armpit as I bend. So one of the things I've talked about is making sure you keep the idea of you are sandwiched in between two panes of glass on your front and back, just to make sure we're not bending forwards or doing a whole bunch of twisting or leaning too far. We're just trying to crunch down to the side. So what that would look like if I do it the way I want you to do it is a little bit of a lift and just crunching down to the side. The range of motion on this is not huge. If you find your head's hitting the cable, it's likely you're going too far. Not impossible, but very likely you're trying to go too far. And you should feel a nice solid contraction in this area between your pelvis and your ribs, maybe even up onto your ribs a little bit. So if you're not feeling it in that area, maybe you're feeling it on this side, it usually means you're leaning and keeping your body weight on this side, as opposed to keeping your body weight on the foot that you're bending away from, is where it should stay most of the time. I'm focusing on that contraction, both on the way down and on the way up. Imagining there's an accordion placed on my side, and I'm trying to pull both ends of the accordion together simultaneously, using that proper tempo so you can focus on all of the contraction. In some of these videos, you may see me moving faster than I want you to move, partially for demonstration so I can get through the video, but also because I can focus on the contraction when I move a little bit faster, because I've been doing this for a long time, but your tempo should probably be more like this, nice little squeeze and back up, a little lift of that heel, and then back up. Some things that go south on this one for some people is if you feel a lot of pressure in your spine and in your lower back area, what that might mean is you're just overly arched for this exercise. So what you can do is just a slight knee bend, a slight slouch, not fully slouch, but just a slight slouch so we're not arched all the way, and then sandwiched in between two panes of glass, bending straight down to the side with that accordion on your side. And that should bring the focus more onto the side and less of the side back area of your torso. So again, initiating through the side muscles, intending to pull my pelvis and my armpit together, trying to shorten the space in between my ribs like they're coming together all at the same time. Imagining that accordion, focusing on the contraction of that area the whole time, using the tempo that's nice and slow so you can focus on the contraction and all of these execution essentials, keeping a little bit of weight off of the foot that you're trying to bend down towards, just like so. And then one thing that people have came to me and said is, oh, look, I found out that I can just turn around and do this instead of switching it. Unfortunately, the cables, even if you're facing this direction, the cables pull up and back a little bit, not just straight up. So in order for this to be equal on both sides, you do need to switch this around to all the way down and all the way up in reverse to then perform this exercise to the other side. So if you think you're smart, congratulations, you probably are, but you still need to switch the arms around.